Why am I surprised? After all, I am a god. All I had to do is to turn on a little bit of that Apollo charm. Anyway, I can't wait to tell Admetus this good news. I come to you. Admetus, dear friend. Oh, you are such a gracious host to me. And I know words cannot properly portray my gratefulness. Therefore, I decided to go above and beyond for you, just as what you did for me. I have spared your life. Sorry. The Fates and I had a little chit chat, and by chit chat I mean I wooed them into changing their minds about your death. My glory aside, I have arranged to postpone your death until you're old and have lived a long life.
I can live. How could this be?
The Fates have agreed you don't need to die. Instead, someone could die in your place. Anyone can agree to take your place in death.
This is great news. The illness has been getting worse. I was fearing the end was near, but I'm sure my parents will be at the very least, will agree to save my life. However, Apollo, do not inform Alcestis of this deal. She does not need to carry this burden.
Okay, I can promise I will not inform her of this deal. Admetus, however, you do not have a long time to find a replacement. Sorry. Since today is the day destined for your death, your health will deteriorate, and in a couple of hours, you will die just as was meant to be.
All right, leave. I must make phone calls. I must make a phone call. Okay. My parents will definitely agree to die for me. They've already lived really long lives and fruitful lives. Loved each other, raised me, grew up old together. That's good enough, right? They've been so heartbroken from my illness. This would be a huge relief to them. I'll call them.
Hello.
Hi, Dad. Mom. How are you guys?
Fine, Admetus. Actually, better than fine. Life is wonderful. Just the other day.
Dad, I have a problem. You know, I've been so sick and feeling a lot worse lately. Well, see, I'm supposed to die today, according to the Fates. But Apollo tricked them somehow, and, you know, they said it would be alright if I find somebody else that can die in my place, and then I can live. I could live. Since I'm young, handsome, and bright with a long future ahead of me, I was wondering if you or Mom could take my place. Hello? Hello? Will you help me? You guys are old. You've already lived grand lives. I still have mine to live.
Well, Admetus, that's awfully forward of you. But your mother and I still have the best parts of our life to live. Believe it or not, just because you're old doesn't mean you can't live an exciting life. We're hip. Your illness has been heartbreaking for us, too. Not just for Alcestis, but I understand the Fates are gonna die, but I shouldn't mess with the Fates that way. One should die when they're meant to. Sorry, though.
Admetus, you look terrible. Lay down. What's wrong?
Nothing, woman. What's new? I've been sick for a long time. I have some business to attend.
Oh, great Apollo. Something is plaguing my husband's mind today. He's been ill for so long and not getting better. How can I help him? Save him? Is he dying, Apollo? Is today the day?
Oh, I promised I wouldn't tell you.
Apollo, please. You have to tell me what's bothering him today. His sickness is unrelenting, and I can't lose him. My life without him would be meaningless. I can't even bear to think about it.
Okay, I'll tell you. Admetus is destined to succumb to his new illness and die today. But I tricked the Fates, and they agree to let someone else die for him. But if we couldn't find someone else that is willing to die for him, then he will just die as it's meant to be.
I'll do it.
What?
I'll do it. I want to be the one that dies for him.
Go. Alcestis, Alcestis! Alcestis, look, I'm cured. What? Alcestis. How? Why? Why have you left me? What happened here?
Midas, I didn't mean to tell her. I'm sorry. But she asked me. I was so hurt by the thought that she's gonna live a life without you. So she decided to give her life for you. I'm really sorry.
This shouldn't have happened. My parents were supposed to die for me. They deserve to die. After all, they've lived their whole lives. Alcestis didn't deserve this death. She's clearly more of a father and more of a mother to me than my parents were. She was my true family. I have to leave this room. We must arrange her last rites. Come on, Dad. Dad. Dad?
Yes.
Dad, you have no idea what you've done. This is all your fault. Alcestis is dead for me. She took my place in death when that was something you should have done. This is all your fault. How could you do this to me?
Son, I'm so sorry to hear of your loss. That breaks our hearts knowing that your wife died at such a young age with such a bright future.
This is your fault, fairies. She was more of a father to me than you were, more of a mother than Mom. She cared for me in a way that you were supposed to.
I think you were grossly misguided here. We didn't ask her to die for you. Your own cowardice kept you from dying, and that forced her into this position. This is your fault, Adamitas, nobody else's. It is your duty to die, not mine, not your mother's, and certainly not Alcestis.
Ugh. What in the world have I done? This is my fault. I could have saved her, but instead she saved me.
Doesn't seem so bad down here. I think I hear somebody. Maybe whoever they are, they can give me a little bit of guidance. I think there'd be more people down here.
Well, hello there. Who are you?
My name's Alcestis. I guess I'm new here.
For someone who's just arrived in this hellish place, you seem awfully confident. What brings you to my humble abode?
Well, I guess it's complicated. My husband Midas was gonna die. He was sick for a really long time. But Apollo felt he owed a great debt to my husband, so he tricked the fates so somebody else could die for him. I couldn't imagine going on with my life without him, so I gave my life for him.
That's amazing. I see many people come down here after they die, and never before have I heard of such a great sacrifice. I admire the devotion you showed toward your husband.
I love him very much, so much that my life would be meaningless without him. Ending my life early and retiring to the underworld was much less painful than living the rest of my life without him.
Your story is just incredible. The amount of courage and love you possess is more than I've ever seen in anyone else who has entered my realm. Knowing the depth of your love and devotion to your husband, I could never live with myself if I did not try to reward that sacrifice to the best of my abilities. I'm going to send you back to your husband.
Really? I could never thank you.
I'm so sorry. My father was right. It was my duty to die. And instead, you showed me more courage than I ever could. You were incredible and loving. I'm scared and lonely. Alcestis! Alcestis, you're alive! I'm so sorry. I was such a coward. How could I let this happen to you? She's not speaking. She's not... Alcestis, why won't you speak to me? I made a huge mistake. I'm sorry.
She cannot speak for 3 days in order to purify her from the underworld. I don't know how this happened, but she should be okay.